So this is a recap for live stream 335, I believe. Might be 34. And the day started out well in terms of the positiveness in the P&L. I decided to take one more trade just to get the account up. Left and had my reservations about the trade, but the trade got stopped out, continued to trade the instrument and ultimately paid for it. At the end of the day, through frustration, doubled down, increased the size, usual bad habits, and made a losing day much worse. So let's talk about the trades we took. I looked at gold and had a short setup right by the time I got to the charts. Got a short setup right here. Had reservations because of this low and this low over here, but decided to take the trade. Had to do something else, so went away from the charts. By the time I came back, was stopped out. Then got this signal right here, went short. Prices carried on to the upside, was stopped out. Had this signal, went short, added to the position again. Prices continued to the upside, and eventually I was stopped out right here. We can see prices starting to pull back, but it was a bit of a grind. So had gold sell off quite a bit, as we can see here, all the way through Asia and Europe, all the way into the US session. Brief rally, continued to sell. So maybe should have thought about the fact that at some point there'll be some take profit and buyers coming into market, but instead thought trade continuation and continued to short it, and it just continued to grind higher and cost me ultimately. We'll have a look at the ES. Over on the ES, let's see. So over on ES, I've actually had a positive day on ES to my surprise. So over on ES, we had a setup right here. So went long, hit the target, went long again, hit target, went aggressively long here, and I believe I was stopped out. Yep, was stopped out here. So I had quite a few wins and had one loss over there. So ES certainly was a better trader for me. And finally, we'll have a look at NQ. Over on NQ, the P&L doesn't completely tell the tape because of what I did at the end of the day. So like NQ, like ES, sorry, I went long, target was hit. Over here now, so what happened here? Went long, had too many contracts, so took a contract off, held a position, and eventually was stopped out. Went long. I think I added to the position here. Yep, added to the position. Took that add off there, looking for price to come down. Re-added to the position, and price was not going in my favor for a very long time. Then out of frustration, and added twice more. So I was in far more than my normal size. And as you can see, price came down and stopped me out. And in doing so, suffered a big loss due to the amount of ads I had in the market near the end of the day here, and ultimately paid a price in suffering a fairly big loss for the instrument. So we'll have a look at the account, and on the account here, so go down to the start of the day. We started the account at 5:15, currently at 341, so fairly big drawdown on the account. Most of that was at the end of the day. So started the day off well, picked up 49.5, then picked up 17. I had one more trade, and that was a gold trade. I was looking to get over 100, lost on a gold trade, and then from there, that's when I started going to a bit of a drawdown. Had a break, so that break even there was that I believe I had too many contracts on, so took that off pretty quickly. But we can see through the first couple of trades, the account was all the way up at the 580 mark from the 513 beginning balance. So I thought I could get above that 600. Wasn't to be. So then after which I lost the 40 on NQ, 36 on gold, managed to pick up 25 on ES, and had a near break even there on gold. Sorry, on NQ. Now that was a trade where I added and took it off at take profits a bit earlier. Try to do it again, and no, this was a gold trade here. As it started to retrace to the upside, I was still continuing to short. Went short, lost there. And this trade here at the end of the day, so the ES trade is a default trade, so I'm not too concerned about that. This is a trade right here where I lost 72, and that was doubling down with a lot more contracts than I'm supposed to trade. And that 72 there was not great. Not great at all. Should have lost somewhere in the 40s, but lost an extra 30 there. So just a bit of revenge and frustration sneaked in off the losing so many trades, especially after being up at the 580 mark. What I'll do is I'll bring over the trade performance, and on the trade performance here we can see down 173 275. Accuracy, we're looking at 45%, 5 winners, 6 losers. This is a big problem right here, huge problem. Average win 25.50, average loss 44.354. Not great at all, and those metrics, you will not stay in the game for very long. Looking at NQ, took 5 trades on NQ, 3 winners, 2 losers. Net negative minus 54. Again, that 72 and change at the end of the day played a major role in actually being down 54 here. So could have actually been closer to break even, but doubling down on a market that wasn't going in my favor on the backside, not great, and ultimately paid for it. So we can see the average win being 19.875. Average loss being 56.812. So that's really poor there. ES, 3 trades, 2 winners, 1 losers. I was actually positive on the instrument on ES. Looking at 67%. Average win to average loss, close to 1-to-1, but the average loss is still bigger than the average win. Not great at all. And on gold, could not buy a win to save my life. So 3 trades, no winners, lost 130. You can see there, 0 winners, 3 losses, 0% win percentage for an average loss of 43.333. So bad day on gold as the market, so it sold off quite big, and as it's retraced back to the upside, I just kept shortening it, and ultimately paid for it on our friends over at gold. NQ wasn't much better, letting the frustration get the better of me, doubling down on a market, so just not great. Now I have to think about what I'm going to do differently, and I haven't thought what it might be just yet, but it's something I'll work on over the weekend. But that's it for now. Thanks for watching. Good luck trading. Have a great day.